What's going on, YouTube? This is your friendly neighborhood DraftKings addict bringing my top picks for Monday's main NBA DFS slate. All right, guys, so before we get started, go ahead and drop a like for me. It really helps out the channel. Thank you to the 30 or so people who liked the video on yesterday. I do appreciate it. If you're new to DraftKings addict, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and do it real quick so that way you don't miss the daily heat that we're dropping. And last but not least, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know who's your favorite plays, who you love, and who you hate. All right, guys. So yesterday was a nice day. We had some fire. I ended up hitting 322 and took down a little quarter GPP. I played very light yesterday. Had some things going on in my personal life, but hey, that's how it goes, right? In DFS, I play light and I take down a GPP with 322. As you can see right here, guys, I had Conley, Van Fleet, locked them in once we got the news that Lowry was sitting. Justin Holiday came through with 30 DraftKings points. Al Horford put up 39. Steven Adams kind of let me down, to be honest. But, hey, we made it work. I had 31 DraftKings points. Marcus Smart. Now, that was the one right there, man. This dude went off for 40 DraftKings points, hit 4 triples, had 7 assists, a couple of steals, doing some Marcus Smart type things, man. But the OKC Boston game was money, as you can see, 129 and 134 points scored on both sides. Marcus Morris, again, I liked him from the video, 28.75. And then last but not least, Mr. Westbrook himself. Dude had me pissed because he was like 2 for 12 shooting at one point, and he turned it on in the second half. So nice little old $50 profit on a 25-cent play. I just hate that I played light that day. So anywho, let's go ahead and get on to today's slate, guys. Draft Dashboard is my research tool of choice. 30-day trial for $1. There's a link in the description of this video if you're interested in checking out these tools. A lot of different options here, guys, but let's go ahead and jump into it. So position optimizer, we have a 6-game main slate, 2-game turbo, 2-game night. All right, so let's break it down. At point guard, my favorite point guard on the slate right now, as we speak, is Thomas Satoransky. ATL is a team that we want to attack at the point guard position. As you can see, their 30th team defense, 27 ranked versus the point guard. Satoransky is coming off a cold game, but as we can see, he put up 44 the last time they played ATL. So at 5.6K and one of the best matchups on the slate for a point guard, one of the highest over and under games on the slate at 5.6K. Give me some Thomas Satoransky. All right, at 5.6K. All right, next up, my other point guard that I like, guys, to be honest, if he plays today, it's Chris Paul. He gets the second best, one of the other best plays on the slate, which is going to be versus Phoenix. All right, so yes, he's coming back from a little hamstring issue. He got a game of rest, so he should be good to go for this game. And at 6.6K, Chris Paul could put up 40 DraftKings points, which would be an excellent value for a guy at 6.6K. So Chris Paul is on my radar as long as he's starting and playing today without any restrictions. So those are my two guards. Now, again, Trae Young is in a good spot. He's been hot lately. All right, but as you can see, he has not played well versus Washington in the past. But he's the hot newness right there. So if you want to run him, go right ahead. But as of right now, I won't have a whole lot of Trae Young. I think he's going to be popular because of his recency as far as his success. Next up, shooting guard. Of course, James Harden, man. This dude's 12-9 now. But Chris Paul's play, I don't like James Harden as much because it's going to take away some of his usage. He could still have a monster game, but I don't know if he's going to have enough to pay off that $13,000 salary. Bradley Beal, though, man, in an awesome spot versus ATL. As you can see, he's averaging 50 DraftKings points versus this team in the past with some upside if that game stays close. So Bradley Beal definitely has to be in your player pool today, guys. All right, other shooting guards, I like Mr. Bridges. He's been hot lately, putting up 35 and 38 and 30 in the last 3 games that he played. At 4.4K, this matchup versus Houston should be a high-paced, high-scoring game. They're at home. He's playing 35-plus minutes over the last 3 games. And at 4.4K, I like Mr. Bridges. So keep him on your radar too, guys. All right, so those are my favorite plays at the moment at shooting guard. So let's move on over to small forward. At small forward, you got to consider Giannis versus Brooklyn. But do we get the 70-point game from him, or do we get the 35 40-point game from him? So 10.9K, I don't think I'm going to be paying enough for Giannis. Chris Middleton, though, at 6.4K, Mr. All-Star, I could pay for that at 6.4K, so he will be in my player pool, but right now he's not one of my favorites. All right, but Trevor Ariza versus ATL. I like all these players versus ATL, guys. ATL is trash when it comes to defense, and this is the worst position that they guard, which is the small forward. So, as you can see, Ariza has scored 49, 26, and 21 in the last 3 games. But I like this matchup. Again, they're on the road. They're at home. 7-point favorite. I'm hoping this game stays close, but at 5.7K, I'll take a chance with Mr. Ariza. All right. Next up, another guy on that team, Jeff Green, man. He's been coming off the bench. Actually, is he starting? Hold on. No, Jeff Green is coming off the bench now. That's right. So, as you can see, last game he put up 31. Game before that, he put up 43. So, this guy has a nice matchup versus ATL going up against their second unit. As you can see, the guy's playing 30 minutes a game, being Jeff Green. So, at 4.9K, he could be a good value. So, definitely will have some of that. Down here, we already got Saturansky. So, next up, power forward. My favorite power forward on the slate right now, I hate to say it, but it's going to be Aldridge. He got a nice matchup versus Sacramento, averaging somewhere around 44 DraftKings points versus Sacramento in the past, and he's on a hot streak right now. So I want to catch it while he's hot at 8K. All right, going up against Sacramento should be a nice game. That's my late night hammer. That's the last game on the slate. Only a 1.5 point differential between the two teams, so that should be a nice spot for Mr. Aldridge going up against that young and hot Sacramento team. So at 8K, I like that. I almost went with Blake Griffin versus Denver because he's all that Detroit has, because Detroit is trash. But I'd rather save the $800 going up against Sacramento. Better matchup for Mr. Aldridge. So give me LaMarcus Aldridge. We already talked about Ariza and Green. Some other notable mentions on here, guys, is going to be Rondé Hollis Jefferson. But the question is, how many minutes does he get? All right. Also, Ennis has been playing a lot of minutes. Rudy Gay has been on fire as well lately, but I'm not going there. Let's keep it moving. So that's what we like right now at power forward. Again, Aldridge and Mr. Ariza. My favorites right now with Jeff Green, if we need to save a couple of bucks. Last but not least, our center spot. This is one of my toughest spots to pick from. As of right now, Brook Lopez is my favorite center on the slate at 5.4K, playing 28 to 33 minutes a game and averaging somewhere around 40 DraftKings points versus his old team, the Brooklyn Nets. All right, this game is going to be played in Brooklyn. All righty, so I do like Brolo at 5.4K. My second favorite center is going to be Mr. DeAndre Ayton. He's back, played 32 minutes in his game that he returned and put up 35 DraftKings points. So he gets a favorable matchup against Houston, who's short of bigs and has Kenneth Faried playing center. So DeAndre Ayton should be able to get us a nice double-double and put up 35 plus DraftKings points with some upside at home going up against the Houston. Going to miss a lot of shots shooting all those threes. Could get a couple of blocks on James Harden or Eric Gordon and some of the other players. So at 6.8K, he's my second favorite center. And of course, Aldridge is center eligible. But Jokic going up against Detroit, who's trash, at 10.5K seems too cheap. All right, so right now, as I'm recording this video, Mr. Murray is a game time decision. But if he's out today, I'm locking in Jokic on this 6-game slate. So those are my favorite centers at the moment. Wally Cauley-Stein, honorable mention at 5.8K. That is a tough matchup versus San Antonio. But as you can see, the last 5 games versus San Antonio, Mr. Wally Cauley-Stein has scored an average of 40 DraftKings points versus them, and he's only 5.8K. Okay? I know Bagley's been taking some minutes and doing some things, but I like Wally Cauley-Stein because, again, Bagley's probably going to be the popular play. But Wally Cauley-Stein could sneak up on him and give us a nice little 40 burger, and I like that. So those are my favorite plays at the recording of this video. As you guys know, news can drop at any point in time and could change things. So at DK_addict is my screen name over on Twitter. Go ahead and give me a follow and make sure that you're following at Fantasy Labs NBA, because that's where you're going to get, oh my goodness, look at that. We got Paul Millsap, who's questionable for Monday. Jamal Murray remains questionable. So keep an eye on the news, guys. So once you go in the draft dashboard, guys, select the players that you like by hitting the little watch player list button. You can go down here to lineup optimizer and allow draft dashboard to optimize your lineup. As you can see, this is the lineup that optimized me on the first run. I can click save lineup, or if I would like to, I can upgrade players. Like I can go up from Ariza to Otto Porter or Will Barton per se, and then save that lineup. And if you want to, you can build a mass lineup by generating here. You can go between 10 and 100 lineups. Again, this is good for FanDuel or DraftKings. All right, so once you're done selecting your player pool, click generate lineups and let Draft Dashboard go to work. So last but not least, guys, if you sign up with the link in the description of this video, you can go over here to your watch players list and click on watch DK Addicts picks, and my player pool will load into your draft dashboard. And as always, you have the NBA cheat sheet where if you don't have time to research, come here about 30 minutes to 40 minutes before lock, click on NBA cheat sheet, and draft dashboard has its own cheat sheet with the top plays and the top value and the top mid-range plays for you to go ahead and select who you like and then go and optimize the lineup. So who's my favorite plays for the day? So as you can see right here, guys, I like Thomas Satoransky again at point guard, who's averaging somewhere around 32 DraftKings points in the 3 games that he has played versus ATL at home. Should be a nice game. Give me Satoransky at 5.6K. Bradley Beal, again, favorable matchup versus ATL, averaging somewhere around 50 DraftKings points over the 3 games. And without John Wall, he's going to have a lot of usage, so he should be able to pay off that $9,000 salary. Trevor Ariza, again, playing heavy minutes. This guy's a peripheral guy. As you can see, he had 3 steals on average versus this team over the 2 times that he's met them. Assists, rebounds, and points, and 3 ball. So Trevor Ariza doing a little bit of everything. So at 5.7K, give me some of that. Jeff Green coming off the bench, again, murdering this ATL team at 32.9 on average. And if you can see his last couple of games, he's been hot, putting up 30 and 42, and he's taking a ton of shots. So I do like that about Jeff Green. Brolo going up against his old, excuse me, guys. Man. Brolo going against his old team, 5.4K. 28 minutes the last time they met. He put up 34 DraftKings points. And again, he's been hot lately, playing the heavy minutes. So I do like Brook Lopez. And then last but not least, I went with DeAndre Ayton instead of Wally Cauley-Stein as my other center in my utility spot. Again, he just came off an injury, played 33 minutes versus ATL, and put up 35.5 DraftKings points. And he gets a nice matchup versus Houston, which is a favorable spot for centers. Again, a lot of shots and rebound opportunities. With Kenneth Faried down low, he should be able to eat and get us a double-double. So those are my favorite plays at the moment, guys. I won't have all of these players in every single lineup, but I will start off my lineups with them. And as you can see, that leaves us somewhere around $6,200. So you have some options there. You know, if you get rid of this Bill play, let's say you want to fade Bill for some reason, you don't think he's going to hit 50, you can go ahead and upgrade to some other players like James Harden, or maybe you go over to your forward and pay up for Giannis. You know, so hey, tweak it to your liking, guys. I do appreciate everybody that liked the video on yesterday. Again, drop a like before you go, guys. Alrighty, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, guys, drop your comments below. Hit 322 yesterday, took down the GPP. All right, so good luck for you guys today.